soul family. Second reading today because we're doing them short and sweet. So we're gonna start. First item, the lighter. Time to light the fire under someone's ass, or maybe you're supposed to light it up. Lighter, green, love, healing, growth, right? The tower. Is the tower going to fall in your life? Are you the falling tower, or are you building a strong tower? Build it on a strong foundation. This is selenite, so this is all about self-charging, self-cleansing, right? We need this because those of us who are super sensitives, we need to charge ourselves. And once you don't need other people to charge. We charge on our own, right? We need that space. We charge on our own and we cleanse on our own, and then when we come back, we're able to help charge others and help clear them. So are you that? Archangel Michael? Enough said. Archangel Michael. Kitty treats. These are called Kittles. They're tasty, crunchy cat treats. These are good for getting the tartar off of your cat's teeth, right? You need that. I just paid quite a lot of money to have my little Willow's teeth done, and it was extremely painful before, and she's better now, but it was a lot of money. If you have really good treats to help them scrape the tartar off their teeth, you don't get to that place, right? If you're paying attention. These are made with salmon and cranberries. Real salmon is the number 1 ingredient. They're not filled with a bunch of fillers, and they're under 2 calories per treat. So because they're grain free, they're gluten free, teeth cleaning. They taste great. No meat byproducts, no wheat nor corn, no soy. This is no preservatives. This is natural, good stuff. So this is because you want wellness, right? We want to give ourselves a treat, but we want to give ourselves a treat that's going to be helpful for us, not hurtful. All right, so the first deck I saw was the Faery Oracle, and we'll start with the lighter. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Sun's come out now, and do not want to open my door because it's well over 100 and it's been humid because of the cloud coverage today, and now the sun's beating down. It's like, oh. Even with the air conditioning going full blast in here, it's hot. I'm going to Wisconsin. I'm excited. I'm going home. Correct for neutrality on all levels for those who chose. The green healing lighter. Child of the moon. Well, that's interesting. Are you a Pisces? I am. I'm in a Pisces moon. So child of the moon. Do you have a child? Are you a Pisces? Or are you a child of the moon? Moon goddess energy. Think of the moon as it's the quiet, nurturing, gentle goddess energy, right? It talks about forgiveness and transcending the ego. Because when there is no ego in spirit, there's no ego in spirit, and there's no spirit in ego. That's a fact. The number is 3 and 6. And 3, of course, is the Ascended Masters working with you. It's also full circle completion. It's also a very powerful feminine number, goddess energy. And then the number 6 it's about remembrance, things coming back from the past. So it could be running into, like I'm going back, right? So I'm going to be seeing people from the past. Could be talking about reconciliation. Could be talking about just memories. 6 is also telling you not to focus so much on this material world, but keep your eyes focused to spirit. Keep yourself on your path, and you will do well, right? Spirit brings to us what we need. 3 and 6 together is 9. You have everything you need, Lightworker, to continue moving forward on your spiritually illuminated path. Stop procrastinating, okay? So song, interesting song. I got your body on my mind. I need it bad. This is somebody who's been watching and not saying or doing anything. Girl, if you want if you want me, if you want to want me, if you want to want me. Okay, let's see. Why are we hearing this now? It's too hard to sleep. Got the sheets on the floor, nothing on me, and I can't take it no more. It's 100 degrees, and I got 1 foot out the door. That's freaking me, right? Because I gotta leave in the back of the cab. I tipped, that's funny. I gotta leave in the back of the cab. I tipped the driver, get me there fast. I got your body on my mind, I want it bad. Just the thought of you gets me so high. Girl, you're the one I want. You're the one I want to want me. And if you want me, girl, you got me. There's nothing I wouldn't do just to get up next to you. You're the one. So he gets there. You open the door, wearing nothing but a smile, down to the floor, and you whisper in my ear, baby, I'm yours. Just the thought of you gets me high, so high. You're the one I want to want me. And if you want, girl, you got me. There's nothing, no nothing I wouldn't do to get up next to you. Well, I'm not going after anybody, so that's not me. Even though it's 100 degrees, it's 100 degrees where that guy is too. So right now, this is about forgiveness. So this person says, if you want me, here I am. Well, has there been a problem between you guys? Is forgiveness needed right now? Because forgiveness brings about healing, which brings about the ability to have a reconciliation, ability to move forward without carrying the baggage from the past. That was a hit. Okay, hold on a second. I just got a message from my Uncle Phil. What are you saying, Uncle Phil? We're trying to get together who's going to pick me up, who's going to drop me off. Otherwise, we could go down early, but you'd have to sit at the airport for quite a while. Jenny said you could come over and you could use the guest room if need be. Everyone, it's so cool when I go back there because they unroll the red carpet. Everybody, they go out of their way to do anything they can for me. It's amazing. That's family, right? So right now, we know that if we are able to forgive, and we are all able to forgive, sometimes it's not about forgiving so that they can come back. It's so that we don't have to carry it any longer, right? Releasing it. So right now, we're going to ask for the moon to shine down that healing energy upon us. You know, we ask for the sun. We ask for the divine masculine, the sun, to fill us with that unconditional love, all the way from the bottom to the top. As it fills up through our body, we're asking for the Father to do this, right? So as it does this, it fills us up from our root chakra all the way to our crown, and then it explodes out over the top like a volcano, going down through the outside of us. Now what it's done is it's burned off all the negative energy within inside of us, thoughts, feelings, sadness, illness, whatever. And when it spills over the top of us, it's going to do the same to whatever's been sent to us from anyone else, right? So this is about the moon. We want the moon's energy to spread down throughout us, bathing us with this calming, peaceful, forgiving, loving energy to remove the toxic thoughts, anger, frustration, whatever it is that wounds, resentments, whatever it is that we've been feeling. We want this cooling. It's like pouring cold water on a fire, right? It's going to put it out. We don't want the sun. We don't want any more of this blasting into us right now. You know, what's interesting is the moon. I don't have a peridot, I don't think. Yes, I do. I've got a peridot bracelet, but I've got it packed somewhere. Peridot is a crystal that has been found on the surface of the moon. So the peridot crystal is important for you at this time and for me. It eases tension. Anything green is love, healing, and growth. So peridot. Somebody's saying maybe I should stop and start confessing. They're following someone. They're spying on someone, and they're all a Twitter-patered, but they haven't said anything. Because people wait until the last second, right, before you walk out the door. Sometimes it's too late. So peridot, it's not. It's funny because peridot is easily. You can get it anywhere, really, and it's not that expensive. It's the August birthstone, which is interesting to me. But it is been found on the surface of the moon. It's actually called oliveade. But it's clearly a crystal right now that maybe you guys or whoever chose this, it's the same color, right? Green's the color for right now. So when seeking items that are lost or mislaid, I need this, because I've lost 2 rings in this studio that I want. My turquoise ring's gone missing and something else has gone missing and I want it back. And so peridot, I'll put my peridot bracelet on and do a meditation, see what pops up. But it brings about peaceful sleep too. So if you're having difficulty sleeping, wear or carry it. It brings on that cooling energy. So if you're in a period of kind of personal darkness, it will help relieve that. It evokes a positive, helpful response from a normally unhelpful person. We all need it. We all need it, right? It's protective against envy, gossip, people talking behind your back, people that want to deceive you. Okay, I'm getting my peridot bracelet out and I'm going to wear it. I'm going to get it. Hold on a second. My best friend Diane, I hope it's in here. My best friend Diane was given it by someone that she didn't want the energy connected to it. And I cleansed it and I said, I'll take it. Right? Where is it? Is it in here? Oh, it might be in my, I probably have it packed because I had it sitting on the top of my, one of my statues here. Well, there's peridot right here. I'll show you. Okay. It's in there. So I'm going to cleanse it, put it on my selenite tower because it's not been sitting on me for a while. I don't want it because it can pick up other energy from other crystals, right? We'll cleanse that and then I'm going to put that on. So you might want to break out your peridot bracelet and bring that down upon you into your situation or whatever it is that's going on. But right now, Spirit's saying forgiveness is being required at this time. There's something about forgiveness that needs to happen. So if there are issues that our ego is we're having a hard time letting go, we're having a hard time forgiving, we need to call upon the energy of the peridot to help us, the moon to also help us. We don't want to be vibrating with a negative energy because I spoke about it in the earlier reading today, how if you're in a negative place and you're vibrating in that place, you need to cleanse it, you need to release it, you need to forgive it, and you need to let it go. Otherwise, you keep vibrating at that frequency and you're going to pull that same story, same person, same situation back into your life. So Spirit's saying, we're going to give you the opportunity to forgive. You may not want to see that face, that one that wants to get in the car and come see you, right? But there's going to be a blessing through the forgiveness because whatever it is that happened, it taught somebody. It should be teaching possibly all of you. But clear away. We want to clear away whatever it is that's holding us back. Face whatever it is that we maybe don't want to look at. Face, I'm going tomorrow. Here's an example. The butcher who took my wisdom tooth out and left me in it was excruciating pain and then left me completely numb, and I still am. I'm waiting. I've been trying to get this back molar, a crown done on it this whole time, and that's the only reason that wisdom tooth there was nothing wrong with that wisdom tooth. That wisdom tooth was doing fine where it was, but I needed to crown the tooth in front of it, and so I had to have that wisdom tooth taken out because they were worried that I might nick it, or they might nick it when they were trying to, grind the tooth down to put the crown on. I bet they wouldn't have. I've sought from Spirit that it didn't need to be done, but anyway, they forced it, and no one there will touch it. I have gone to different doctors. No one will go to it. I have to go back to that person who did that to me. I have to go back to that freaking oral butcher surgeon so that he can write it off. So he can look at it and say, no, I did a fine job. It's fine. You can move ahead. But no, I have to go back. So sometimes you don't want to face something, but I have to. If I want to proceed with this work and I need my tooth done, right? I need to go back and sit in front of that guy and shut my mouth and let him just do whatever he needs to do so I can get out of there. So it might be that situation, right? Fine. Shut your mouth. Let them say what they need to say. Thank you for apologizing. See you later. right? Maybe it's going to be that situation. Whatever it is, if we don't let go of it, we're going to keep repeating it, or we're going to vibrate more about it towards us because we're holding that negative energy. So we don't want to be shackled from the past, right? We want to feel free. I like the idea, instead of saying, I forgive you, I forgive this situation. I forgive it. I forgive this whole situation. Oh, check that out. Cross my heart and hope to die. That's interesting, don't you think? X marks the spot. So that's your heart. I forgive this whole situation. Ooh, now I've got a little scarf. It's reminding me of something right now. Song right now. I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear. I can meet somebody. I can deal with the bad guys when I'm with my baby, yeah. Okay. You're making me feel like that I'm loved by somebody. I can deal with the bad guys when I'm with my baby. So if there's something that has come between you and your baby, right? And you're having a hard time, it'd be best, like that person said, to stop and start some confessing so that you can resolve a situation, so that you've got somebody to help you deal with the bad guys, right? And make it easier on your life. Why carry that around? Correct for neutrality for those who chose the kittles, and I did. I chose them for my babies, and it's good for them. Treats that are good for them. Correct for neutrality. There's a message in that. Have you been giving your kids treats that weren't good for them, that hurt them? Think about the example that you set, right? What are you ingesting into your body that's not in your highest good? And your kids are watching you and they're copying you, right? That's the way we grew up. Well, it's time to change to something more healthy, right? Correct for neutrality. For those who chose the kittles, a lesson. Dark moon. Now that's interesting. So this is about growing up, introspection, knowing yourself. This is maturity, right? This is the number 6, focusing very much on the material or whatever the issues are that are going around in this material world. Now this one looks like an Aries. She's got a ram horns, right? And it came in the reverse. So look at her in the upright. So it's talking about the times of changing from one stage of your life into another, right? For women, it would be going, it would be like a girl who starts her period. She's now a woman. When a woman goes into menopause, that's like a different stage for women, right? These are the different stages. There's also middle-aged crazy, they call it, right? What about men who go through, you want to call it the dark night of the soul? How about we call it middle-aged crazy, right? Midlife crisis. Women could probably have midlife crisis as well. So because this is about the dark moon. This is about the dark night of the soul, right? This is the energy of deep introspection. This is what's happening here in this state, in this place. So I like this for myself because I chose this, right? The message is basically the same in reverse, except for it feels like it's never ending. This dark night of the soul has been going on and on and on and on and on and on. And you may start getting into a place of depression or getting into a place of anger or frustration when you're in this place, right? One more test, and then another test, and then another test, and then another delay. Have you felt like this? I sure have. But Spirit's saying, it will end. It's not going to go on forever. But it is this way right now. It is this way. It's been this way, and it is this way. So right now, while you are in this dark night of the soul, which is interesting because I have had to go through it again. I went through it myself, and then I was forced to go back through it because of who I chose to connect with, right? Whatever that one goes through, I have to go through. So while you're in this introverted spot, you need to go through and ask yourself, why did this happen? What do I keep revisiting? What lesson did I fail to learn that brought me back to this place again? What are the patterns that are threatening my happiness? I'm listening to this song. Move along, like I know you do. Move along. Go ahead as you waste your day with thinking. When you fall, everyone stands. Another day and you've had your fill of sinking. With the life held in your hands or shaking cold, these hands are meant to hold. Speak to me when all you got to keep is strong. Move along, like I know you do. Even when your hope is gone, move along, just to make it through. So a day when you've lost yourself completely could be a night when your life ends. Such a heart that will lead you to deceiving. All the pain held in your hands are shaking cold. Your hands are mine to hold. Speak to me when all you've got to do is keep strong. Move along. When everything is wrong, we move along. When all you've got to keep is strong, move along, like I know you do. Even when your hope is gone, move along. Right back, what is wrong? We move along. So the message to this is actually a song about somebody who is dealing with such darkness and such sadness and such a repetitive pattern of when is this ever going to end, that they feel the need to commit suicide. They just want to die. And basically Spirit's saying, you just, all you need to do is move along. Just one more step in front of you. Kind of like this, right? Will this ever fucking end? Right? My happiness, my energy is in the toilet. It just continues, and it's a never-ending battle that I don't want to fight. You get to a place like this, and Spirit says, refuse to go down. Just keep moving on. But it might be happening because you're refusing to look at why. Refusing to understand that action needs to be taken. You need to do something. I'm going home. I told you, I surrender. I'm done pushing wet spaghetti up a hill, right? I'm going back to where I know there's love and family. So what do you need to do? Instead of going to blame, look inside yourself. What can I do to change this situation? Well, I would like to do this, but I don't know how that's going to happen. Well, I said I want to go home, and I don't know how that's going to happen. And all of a sudden, my landlord said, I've got air miles that I'm not using. Do you want them? And I'm like, really? Yeah. Do the whole thing. And I book my place back there. I've got everything lined up. And then he comes this morning and says, I don't have my air miles. And then I'm just like, you know, I surrender. I'm like, even with that, well, it was totally disappointing. And I'm just like, it's like, and I know, and this is happening to me because I'm teaching this. And so you guys can understand it too. It's like somebody or a job or a boyfriend or a girl or whatever. They constantly are dangling the carrot right in front of you just to pull it away when you go to grab it. Here it is. No, I don't think so. Here it is. No, I don't think so. Right? Fuck you. Seriously? Drop it. So you drop it. All right. Until you have it in your hand, it means nothing. This message keeps coming. Until it is in your hand, it means nothing. You don't have it. So all the promises in the world don't mean shit. You keep doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result, it's not going to happen. You keep doing something and keep saying, oh, I'm sorry, and then you do it again. It's the same thing again and again, right? I want to see change. I want to see something. You promised me something? Let me see it in my hand. So I let it go. Walked away, let it go. Came back, went through all this stuff, and all of a sudden he's now able to do it. And I said, okay, well, I won't be saying anything to anyone until I see the tickets. And so when I got in the inbox, your flight's been booked, then I knew it was done, right? But until it's in your hand, just ask yourself, why is this happening? What do I need to do? I clearly just needed to release. I just need to surrender. I wasn't supposed to figure out how it was supposed to happen. All I was supposed to say is, what was I supposed to do? What is it that I want? This. All right. And then you take your steps. And then if a door slams in your face, what am I supposed to do? You ask again. Well, Spirit said to me, relax, surrender it. When you have a relaxed attitude and you release the expectation, it comes to you. So just let it go. Just move forward, right? So let's turn this around. Understanding. Are you refusing self-introspection? Are you refusing to look at why things are the way they are? Are you refusing to understand that there's a step that you need to take and that you've known that and you haven't done it? Remember the song? Maybe I should stop and start confessing. I'm watching you, I'm watching you, I'm watching you, but I'm not speaking. I'm not telling you how I feel. Why? Because she's a little bit psycho. She's hot, but she's grab a cop gun crazy. Yeah, because you drive her that way, right? So how did you create this situation? This is the introspection. How have you created the situation that you're in? Instead of going for blame, saying, okay, what was it that I could have done differently? Well, I now know what I can do differently. I'm leaving. I'm dropping, right? That's what I'm doing. So for you right now, pause, stay low, just kind of chill. That's what you're being asked to do. Use this time of introspection and allow the shift to come. The shift will come, but it doesn't come when you force it to come, right? It's like grinding your gears. No grinding gears. All right. For those who chose, what did we have? What were the items that we chose? The pendulum. I choose this. We also have Michael, right? So we had the Kittles, we had the lighter, and now we have this. The gift. Let's see if it pops up again. I wonder if I ever cross your mind. Because for me, it happens all the time. I know I said I'd never call, but I'm a little bit drunk and I'm lonely. Remember, and then the next message comes into my mind is Dua Lipa's song. That's why you're calling, right? Because you're drunk and you're lonely. I said I wouldn't call, but I lost all control. Well, guess what? Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy, out of my mind. I wrote it down and I read it out, hoping it would save me too many times. My love, he makes me feel like nobody else. But my love, he doesn't love me. So I tell myself, 1, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling because he's drunk and alone. 2, don't let him in. You'll have to kick him out again. 3, don't be his friend. You know you're going to wake up in his bed in the morning, and if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. So that's for women. I got new rules. Count them. I keep pushing forwards, but he keeps pulling me backwards. Nowhere to turn, nowhere to turn, but I'm standing back from it. And I finally see the pattern. I finally see the pattern of why this continues to happen, right? I never learn. But my love, he doesn't love me. So I say to myself, I do. And then the friends come in and they say, 1, this could be a guy now for anyone, right? This could be anyone in your life. 1, don't pick up the phone. You know he's only calling because he's drunk and alone. 2, don't let him in. You'll have to kick him out again. 3, don't be his friend. You know you're going to wake up at his place in the morning, and if you're under him, you ain't getting over him. You could be under someone else's thumb, right? Under the control of someone. They're not there for you as your friend. They're only there when they're drunk and alone. Where are they at the other times, right? No, new rules. So don't bother calling if you're just drunk and alone. Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose the Tiger Iron, Pendulum, and I did. Lesson. Wow, look at that. Child of the Moon in reverse. So I got the Child of the Moon in the upright, and now I'm getting it in the reverse. I find that intriguing. I've got aerial dancers happening outside right now. They're barn swallows, and you can see them all flying around. They are the birds they're harbingers of hope. And what's interesting about them is that they have no reason that they do that. See how they're dancing around? You would think, are they after the flies? No, they dance for the sheer joy of it. Like me, they dance for fun. They dance in the air because it's fun for them. Oh my gosh, they just came right up by the window. Woo! It's fun for them. They're not doing it for any other reason than it's fun for them. So, when you have Child of the Moon in reverse, this before was talking about forgiveness, right? But in the reverse, you may be saying to yourself, how can I forgive that person? How can I forgive that person after they've done so much to hurt me? Over and over and over again. Over and over. How is it possible to truly forgive them? Or how is it possible to really, truly forgive myself? Song right now, I want you to be happier. When the morning comes and we see what we've become, in the cold light of day, we think about the fight and what we've become. Every argument, Every word we can't take back. With all that has happened, I think we both know the way this story ends. Only for a moment, I want to change my mind, but this just doesn't feel right to me. I want to raise your spirits. I want to see you smile. And I know that means I have to leave. So somebody's staying in a situation that they know is toxic and horrid. Sounds like they're understanding what they've done, and they're recognizing this isn't good for either one of us. The next message says, if we can both take a jump now, take this leap of faith now, maybe we can not sacrifice, like scrape together something that we've learned from this mess, right? You cheated. It's eating me up inside. We've run our course, pretending we're okay. If we jump together, at least we can make something of this wreck we made, right? So somebody is trying to figure out how to move forward in their life. Here, you may be saying, how can I forgive myself for what I've done? How can I forgive someone, or how can I forgive myself? Because anger is toxic, no matter whether it's justified, whether it's unjustified, it doesn't matter. It's toxic. Anger is toxic. Even if you feel righteous anger, which indignant, right? That's the indignant. I feel that. I definitely feel righteous anger, but it doesn't help me to be angry, right? It pulls my energy down, and it doesn't hurt anyone else. So that's why you've got to forgive it, release it, right? So also, if you're, where's that other song? I'm trying to think of that song. Don't sit up there on your high horse, hands folded, when I'm coming to you. That's somebody that's actually talking to God, but it could be us as well. Don't sit upon high, hands folded, lyrics. I don't know what this song is called. Guiding Light. I love this. I love Mumford & Sons. I saw them in concert when I was in Door County, Wisconsin. So 1, 2, 3, we're on the permanent red. The glaze on my eyes when I heard your voice. The distance caught me by surprise again. And I know you claim that you're all right, but fix your eyes on mine. I guess I'm all you have. And I swear you'll see the dawn again. Well, I know I had it all on the line, but don't just sit with folded hands and become blind, 'cause even when there is no star in sight, you'll always be my only guiding light. Relate to my youth while I'm still in awe of you. Discover some truth, some new truth that was always wrapped around you. But don't just slip away in the night. Don't just hurl your words from on high. Well, I know I had it all on the line, but don't just sit with folded hands and become blind, 'cause even when there is no star in sight, you'll always be my only guiding light. If we come back and we're broken, unworthy and ashamed, give us something to believe in, and you know we'll go your way, 'cause I know I had it all on the line, but don't just sit with folded hands and become blind, because even when there is no other star in sight, you'll always be my only guiding light. I know I had it all on the line. Please don't just sit with folded hands and become blind, because when even there is no star in sight, you'll always be my only guiding light. So you may come from a place of justified anger. This person knows you have reason for being angry, and they feel bad too, but they're coming and they're laying bare. Well, they better be. In this song they are, right? If somebody comes to you and is, look, I'm laying this all at your feet. I know what I've done. I'm asking for your forgiveness. My position at this point is, I'm always been very quick to forgive, right? It's very difficult for me to hold a grudge. I don't stay mad at anybody when I should actually put up boundaries. So to me, I just heard the proof is in the pudding, right? I don't know that you're truly sorry until I see that you're sorry, and I won't be moving too quickly towards anything. I need to see proof before I allow you. I can say I forgive this situation because that's healing for me. But as far as letting you back into my life, I better feel repentance. I better feel. And what's interesting is somebody said on one of my posts, ego requires forgiveness. And I said, we all have to be responsible with the energy that we emit as well as allow in. So they don't have to come and forgive me for me to be better. But if I am going to allow them back into my life, yes, they do need to apologize, because the message was, your apology better be as loud as your disrespect was. And he's saying, that isn't necessary. And I'm saying, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's why we get justice. That's why when the tower falls, it falls because something was built on an insecure foundation, right? Insecure foundation, there's a clue. And we all go through stuff where all of us make mistakes. All of us make poor choices. Let's call it that, poor choices, because nothing is a mistake when you've chosen it, right? So we wish to be forgiven, and we wish others to forgive us. But show me your works, right? That's the message. It's not going to be you just come right back in. Oh, maybe I should stop and start confessing. I know she likes me. She always has. She's always taking me back. No, it doesn't work that way. That's not responsible. We need to take responsibility for our actions. So right now, if there's a person or a reminder of a situation that's coming up right now that starts to trigger you, then we need to ask for this light of the moon to fall down upon us and help us with releasing any anger, toxic feelings, or frustration, so that we can forgive, so that we can move forward in our lives in a productive manner. If there's somebody that shows up that you know you haven't forgiven, say, Spirit, I forgive this. For myself, I forgive this situation, right? Because memories definitely have the power to hurt. How many of us have cried over something that has happened a long time ago because it triggers something in us, right? We need to release that, because a lot of times what you're being triggered with are situations that are long dead. Long dead, they can't hurt you, but you're replaying it over and over again, and it's keeping you a prisoner of your own life. So now we ask Archangel Michael to cut cords to the past. I cut cords to anyone who has attachments to me. I cut cords to everyone and anyone anyway, because only cords of dysfunction can be cut. Cords of love are not cut. So Archangel Michael, please, we ask that you go all around and completely cut and sever any cord that's surrounding us, that has been any attachment that has been put upon us that we aren't aware of, and help us cut cords to the past. I say past, present, future, in all versions of reality, in all times and spaces. I cut cords. I just want healthy, positive energy around, right? Correct for neutrality on all levels. For those who chose Archangel Michael, I do. Lesson. It's lesson night. So this is the Story Keeper. It's getting dark in here. Hold on a second. So let me look at this, the Story Keeper. Well, remember yesterday we got in the other reading, a word wants to be written? Well, you see this one, she's sitting on, it's interesting what this is. It looks like a tomb, but it's a type of, it's a sacred place, and she's got candles lit all around. So everything's lit up around her, and she's reading quite a big book, and she's quite engrossed in it, and the number is 4. And it's basically saying, tell your story. Do you need to speak your truth? Do you need to write it down? Do you need to write a song? Do you need to get it out of you? Is there something in you that needs to get out? I was talking to my friend about this, and I said, what's holding you back? There's a physical ailment this person is dealing with. And I said, it has nothing to do with really your physicality. It's an emotional situation that has triggered this physical manifestation. So I know why this happened. Right? I know the dentist that ripped my wisdom tooth out was brutal and cold when he dealt with me, when I was in a position of vulnerability. And it left me feeling numb and in pain at the same time. And I still am in this place. So I know who this is, right? I know the situation. So you may not ever get to the place where you can face that person or get an apology or a remedy of that situation. So write it down. Write a letter to that person. The person that maybe you were never able to be heard, right? Write a letter and then burn it, but get it out of you. It's also telling you to tell your story about why this happened. What happened to you? Is there something that you've been hiding, a secret, that is keeping you isolated, or you're pushing others away from your life, or causing a problem in your life? It's time to tell your story. Look how cold it is in that forest. It's frozen emotion. There's snow everywhere. No leaves on the trees. I should have counted. I normally sneeze in sets. It's funny. And I cough sneeze more than I sneeze. It's just the way I do it. So it's about leaving a legacy. It's about telling your truth. It's about illuminating something, because look at all the candles that are lit up, right? This one is the record keeper. So maybe you need to maybe you actually need to tell what happened. And maybe you don't know what happened in your family history. Now you found out. This is about keeping a record of things. This is about telling the truth of the story. So that, and it doesn't have to be crap. This is like good stuff, right? But write it down so that this one is very engrossed in learning the history of their family. Maybe that's you. Have you been doing this? Now, maybe you're reliving ancient history, because we got this in reverse, right? And I said I got this too. So ancient history, reliving this, right? Is there something that we're not understanding about our part? Is there something that we are not expressing because we feel self-shame? Is there something that we're not telling others? We're creating the same cycle again and again because we're trying to heal it, but we're not speaking of it. So it can't truly be healed unless we release it, right? You're upside down. You're wondering who you are, maybe to tell your story. Maybe your story isn't important, you feel. Yes, it is, because there's no one more important in your life than you. And your story deserves to be told. And if nobody else wants to listen to it, you can write it down for yourself. But you are important. You are significant. So are you someone who's not allowing yourself to have this time for quiet introspection? You're not looking in. I don't want to look into what happened in the history. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to. I don't know how to tell my story. I'm not good at writing letters. I'm not good at putting words together, right? Critique, critique, critique. You want someone to know who you are, but you're refusing to say who you are. You're refusing to tell them how you feel because I don't know how to express myself. I don't know. Remember that guy? Maybe I should stop and start confessing. I'm watching her. I love her. I want to be with her. I want to explain something, but I don't know how to explain myself. You're telling yourself that again and again, and you're keeping yourself stuck, is what's going on. You want people to know who you are, but you're refusing to tell them. So you're keeping yourself in this place. I'm refusing to tell. Tell the good things about your life, the wonderful things about your life, the secret wonderful moments. They don't have to be the sad things, but maybe sometimes you do need to tell the sad things. Are you not listening to the stories that others are showing you? Now, Spirit will bring you mirrored examples of stories so that you can understand what's going on in your own personal situation or the ones around you. Are you refusing to listen to those stories that are coming? Do you feel like I don't know those stories? Well, they wouldn't be all around you if there wasn't something that you were supposed to be understanding or getting. Are you not listening to other people? I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear because it makes me feel bad. I don't want to hear what I did. I know what I did. I don't want to hear it because it makes me feel bad. Well, you're not getting anywhere, right? Are you feeling like you're not in touch with your higher self or your guides? I don't hear what they're saying to me. But there's a lot of power in storytelling. The ancient ones, they've got stories that they want us to understand. It's a way to teach us to heal ourselves. We can't help others if we can't heal ourselves. The ancient ones, they're coming to you. Listen to them. What are the stories that you keep hearing? It doesn't have to be your personal story. It's connected to something that you need to understand, or there's something that you need to express. And remember, I said once before, what if you had to tell somebody something, it was the most important thing in the world to you, the most important thing for you, but you knew they weren't going to believe you? What would you do? You try. So we ask Archangel Michael, help us tell our story. Help us get the words out. Help us express ourselves. Bust down the walls that are between the ones who are not communicating, who want to communicate. Help bust through the fear. There's a shield of protection around us. We need to understand that. Call on Archangel Michael to do what you can't do. Archangel Michael's color is blue, which is the truth. Ask Archangel Michael to help you speak your truth and express yourself. Ooh, really good song to end on. I had a dream so big and loud. Tonight's gonna be, isn't it? Wait. I had a dream so big and loud. It touched the sky. I love this song. It's called my life. Best day of my life. I'm never going to go look back. I'm never going to give it up. Please don't wake me now. I stretched my hands out to the sky. We danced with monsters through the night. We're facing this, right? And then I howled at the moon with my friends. Ow! Somebody asked me a while ago, how come you don't howl anymore? Ow! I howled at the moon with my friends. This is going to be the best day of my life. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. The sun came crashing in with all the possibilities, right? No limits, just epiphanies. I'm never going to look back, meaning I've been constantly looking back. I've been constantly looking back. They're not saying don't look at your past. They're saying don't stay there. Okay, I'm done. I'm going to release that, and I'm not going to look back on it. I'm dropping it like dropping a big lead weight off of a cliff, right? I'm never going to look back. I'm never going to give it up. Don't wake me now. I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright. The sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. This is going to be the best day of my life. This is going to be the best day of my life. This is going to be the best day of my life. Everything is looking up. Everybody now. It's going to be the best day of my life. Today is going to be the best day of my life.